Dog spam Chaos Knights list. We saw these guys on the table from Broku, I think, was playing. Oh, no, it was... we saw them on the table recently, a couple pods ago, but they were up against Eldar, which was kind of a hard counter. In this case, however, we have the other side of the table, Headstrong over here, playing Grey Knights, the other kind of Knights, but basically the polar opposite of these very, very heavy War Dog-style armies from Chaos Knights. Grey Knights running entirely infantry only. Very, very good at infantry sweeping. Maybe one of the most dangerous infantry sweeping factions in the game, with the fact that everyone has rapid-fire 2 weapons, everyone has anti-infantry weapons, everyone has a bunch of mid-strength melee attacks, and a ton of maneuverability. But lack significantly in armor cracking power. So whether or not Headstrong is going to be able to get through these War Dogs, I don't know. But we have seen Headstrong in T5S2 invitational events in the past. He has been an absolutely extremely intelligent player, and I think if anybody can figure out their way out of this matchup, it will be him. Now, obviously, the Grey Knights do have the ability to use their maneuverability to their advantage to steal objectives and to prognosticate an arrival near enemy models. However, the high OC on these War Dogs, OC 8 on the War Dogs, is going to make it very difficult for the Grey Knights to steal those objectives away. So it might be a tough one. The Chaos Knights kind of have them coming and going over here. But Grey Knights are tricky enough that they are difficult enough to pin down. They can come in, they can do a little bit of damage. I mean, Mass Stormbolters will still chip some damage off these guys. We do have a boat of a brace. No, YouTube comments made sure I knew that a brace was specifically 2, so I can't use brace anymore. I don't know. A magazine? A magazine. That's what I'm going with. A magazine of librarians. Oh, it works in multiple different ways because it's literature, chat. Ah, yes. A library of Brotherhood librarians. That can potentially, with their powers combined, they can sort of Kamehameha one of these Chaos Knights down every turn. And it's just up to, Headstrong to be able to protect them. Now, obviously, with his maneuverability, he can put them in situations where it's difficult to get line of sight to all of them. One of them, I believe, is Sigil of Exigence, so he has one get-out-of-jail-free card if he's attacked in melee. Plus, they have Mists of Deimos to get themselves out of range, if he's attacked in range, and then they have Mist of Deimos to get out of the threat range of melee. So lots of reactive effects here from Headstrong. He'd be having to utilize those Brotherhood Librarians to their fullest this game. However, he does have the benefit that these Chaos Knights are not the big knights. I think the biggest downside for Grey Knights right now is toughness 12 plus vehicles. You look at a thing like a Land Raider, especially if it has Armor of Contempt available to it. You look at something like it's a big Necron monolith or something like that, and they just have very little way to get through it. These are only toughness 10 War Dogs, and so the mass Nemesis Force weapons will actually be able to take them down in melee eventually. Looks like Chaos Knights are taking the first turn as well, so that's going to be beneficial to them. We're probably going to see a pretty quick turn 1 here from Slim Hogan, from Zach. Now, to be fair, this is also a little bit beneficial to Headstrong because it means that Headstrong can use his teleport assault on the bottom of the first turn. And he can start teleporting his units to the middle of the table immediately. So he's going to have a little bit of maneuver, mobility options to be able to respond to these War Dogs. He wouldn't be able to do that going second. Although it does give Slim Hogan the ability to screen out his turn 2 Deep Strikers, of which there are several. Obviously, this big Terminator brick is important to keep off your objectives, and being able to deploy Nurglings to stop those guys from popping in is a huge deal. It's a catalog of librarians? A catalog of librarians! Jebs, that is a good one. Appreciate that. Am I painting my War Dog army in a Thousand Suns game? If I did War Dogs, I would, for sure. I want to do, because Chaos is so intermixed, I think like having all of your Chaos factions painted in the same scheme so you can play them all together and they look good, I think is actually kind of important. I haven't painted my demons yet, but I might paint them in my Thousand Suns scheme just to keep them consistent. All right, chat, let's talk about the lists real quick as we are going, moving on here. It looks like we do have fixed objectives. No, we don't. That can't be right. Yeah, no, this must be tactical for Slim Hogan here. Let's switch that over. No one in their right mind would take Bring It Down against an army with no vehicles in it. You're really playing hard mode at that point. That it's unscorable. There's nothing you can do. You're just like, well, let's just score a big 0 on it, I guess. No big deal. Play 20 points down. I need a handicap. I'm already favored in this matchup. All right, let's talk about the lists momentarily here, chat. Exclamation point lists in the chat if you want to get a link to those, if you want to follow along. And let's go. So Slim Hogan is taking a very simple list. It has one War Dog Stalker with Aura of Terror, so he's able to lock in objectives once he touches them and controls them at the start of his command phase. So obviously this Stalker is going to start on his home objective. He's going to lock that one in. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind, and what we may see is that obviously this objective will be protected by War Dogs this turn, because I don't think all this stuff is going to be Knights of Shading out of his deployment zone. But he can't leave that objective and just assume that it's safe, because Grey Knights can teleport on every single turn of the game, or every round of the game, I should say. There's never a situation where once you get to battle round 4, you're like, well, all right, the danger's over. It's round 4. You can only deep strike rounds 2 and 3. Nope, the Grey Knights can go every single battle round with their teleport assault. And they can also 3-inch arrive with prognosticated arrival. So even if you have locking objectives in your home field, you can't leave that objective and then just assume that it's safe, because the Grey Knights will take it away and they will make you very sad. We also have then 6 War Dog Brigands with Havoc Launchers, 5 War Dog Carnivores with Havoc Launchers, 2 units of 3 Nurglings, and the Changeling to make up the remainder. Pretty straightforward list. A very classic Chaos Space Marine build. Or Chaos Space Marine? Chaos Knights build from what we've been seeing recently. Moving over to the Grey Knights list. Headstrong's list is running a Brother Captain. Oh, the Brother Captain has a Sigil of Exigence. Excuse me, chat. So he is currently attached to this big unit of Paladins. And he's going to be able to give them the ability to teleport themselves or return into Deep Strike in response to being targeted by a ranged attack. So once per game, they can pop out, be very aggressive. If you move near them, they will Mists of Deimos away. If you don't move near them, they will... If you shoot them instead and elect not to trigger Mists of Deimos, they will simply Sigil of Exigence. So very well protected in that unit. We then have 3 Brotherhood Librarians. 2 of them are in 5-man... Terminator squads, and we are using Voldus as the Brotherhood Librarian stand-in today, just so that Headstrong said he has an easier time keeping it separate from the other Terminators in the unit. The TTS Librarian model is basically just another regular Terminator, which is kind of hard to pick out sometimes. And we also have Kaldor Drago. Now, Kaldor Drago is in with another big 10-man brick of Brotherhood Terminators. He has the ability to give them plus 3 inches to their charge when they arrive from Deep Strike. It is specifically Deep Strike, interestingly, not Teleport Assault. So he only gets it that turn that he jumps in from reserve. We then have the 2 big Terminators, or 1 big Terminator squad, 1 little Terminator squad, and a Paladin squad, alongside a Calidus Assassin and an Eversor Assassin. Looks like the Eversor Assassin did not elect to scout move. Maybe we forgot. Oops. A little awkward. The Calidus Assassin gives another opportunity to uppy downy. Can jump into Deep Strike at the end of your opponent's turn, so another objective scorer. And might use its CP tax and a battle tactic. I don't know what battle tactic Chaos Knights have that they are particularly worried about losing. Let's take a look here. Looks like they have their sustained hits 1 stratagem, their 5+ fail no pain against battle shock stuff stratagem, and that's it. So you probably use it on Dreadhounds to reduce the incoming AP. Especially alongside cover and tree silver armor. Grey Knights live and die on their ability to withstand small arm shooting with their super duper strong armor saves. How are we looking on this prediction, chat? Ooh, 99% for Chaos Knights. Oh man, that is not a vote of confidence for our Grey Knight brothers over here. Interesting. All right. Let's send it back to the player mics here, chat. We'll listen to them while they're going through their turn. Looks like we're just resolving Havoc Launchers right now, I think. since we're just able to fire indirectly at those guys. You don't really care about giving them cover because they're already at a 2+ save, so you're just hoping you get a 1 or 2 plinks through to start to whittle down that unit.
Good.
Cool. We'll do this carnival. 4 shots. 4s. 4s. So 2, no AP.
On the sign. Oh, double wound.
Oof.
Doop, doop.
Ouchie.
2.
No, that's actually like sort of the most damage you can expect on these guys. They do have Narthessium in the unit, which means that they do start to regenerate models as they lose them. So if Slim Hogan continues to shoot at this Terminator and kills him, he basically forces the unit to stand on the table if they want to keep that Terminator alive. They can't regenerate the model if they go into teleport assault, but if they stand there for a turn, they'll just regain all that damage. Although if he leaves the Terminator wounded a little bit idiosyncratically, the Narthessium cannot heal him, only if he dies. So we're going to have to see the War Dogs kill that guy to see him respawn. If you do 2 damage to all the Terminator units and then leave them there, that's probably the most you can expect out of the Havoc Launchers.
5 shots. I'll hit. 2 wins.
The big question, in my opinion, too, is how aggressive Headstrong's going to be with his Librarians. He could put the Librarians into Deep Strike and drop them down this turn to try to maybe pick off one of the Carnivores or something that's on the side. Except that he's one Librarian down because 1 unit is in Deep Strike right now. So he's not going to be able to get the full catalog of damage into one of these War Dogs. Each of those Librarians, by the way, and we'll pull up their datasheet real quick here in order to showcase why they're so important in this matchup. Each of these Librarians represents a ton of mortal wound damage on a single target. So their characteristic power here is that Vortex of Doom. Each one of them can deal 2d3 mortal wounds. If they roll a 6 on their psychic test, they'll do 2d6 mortal wounds instead. This is, I think the most powerful psychic power in the game in terms of damage. It's obviously does very little for board control, but in terms of damage, it is as much damage as you could possibly do with a psychic power right here. So all 3 of those together, assuming that all of their psychic tests go off, and this is the central tension within the Grey Knight Codex, is how many Vortex of Dooms you successfully cast. And oh my gosh, chats, every single model from Headstrong's army has gone into Deep Strike thanks to Teleport Assault or the Polymorphian on the Calidus Assassin. I guess not the Eversor Assassin. Good job, buddy. You're holding the team down. He's living the dream over here. Everyone is going to be Deep Striking this turn now. Yeah, between 3 and 5 mortal wounds. Yeah, generally speaking, that's pretty good. But you can occasionally, like, you get that big, 8, 9, 10 damage with the 2d6 hit. But obviously, if you roll 2 1s to cast it in a turn, you are feeling real bad about that. Because that is the majority of damage coming out of your army. And if you roll a 1 to hit, it's super bad. Not only does it deal damage to yourself, they can Sancticate it away, which is good. But you do still take a little bit of damage, and more importantly, don't get damage on your opponent. So that can sort of kill a whole turn for a Grey Knights player. I wish that was command point rerollable, honestly. I feel like Grey Knights would be so much stronger if they could CP reroll their Vortex of Doom, so they get a little bit more control over them. Like that change alone might wildly increase their win rate, which should be pretty good. I'm also biased towards psychic powers. I wish they were all rerollable, but it is what it is. Looks like we got Investigate Signals, deploy Teleport Hummers for Headstrong. That's pretty good. Interestingly, the Brotherhood Librarian it can cast its psychic power. It's not actually a shooting attack. It's simply is used in your shooting phase. So the Brotherhood Librarian can come down out of Teleport Assault in range to perform the to perform a what's the word? Teleport Homer. Use its mortal wound ability, and then complete the action. So we could potentially see a Brotherhood Librarian squad drop in, do some damage, and just stand there. The Carnivore, if anything moves in this area, they'll just Mist of Deimos away. So they can either take this objective away or put themselves into a position where the Carnivores would have to move in order to attack them. No way. Did we get a Teleport Homer in the deployment zone? Oh, that's such a mistake from Zach. That looks like it's off the table a little bit there. I don't know. That one's questionable. That one seems good, though. No way. Are you serious? Yeah, I think that's good. Are you kidding me? That's like millimeter perfect, chat.
Literally just sneaks in right there.
I think you're over the pink line there, right? 8.97.
She's like, yeah, she's like touching the line here, but she's got another like sort of couple of millimeters on that side. We're talking about like picometers of placement. That's insanity. Well, Mr. Slim Hogan, seems like you've given your opponent a slim chance to score teleport homers this turn. Investigate signals shouldn't be too bad as well. We can actually just drop these smaller units back in the corners to do the investigate. The downside, I think, here for Headstrong is that this does...
No, it's just a setting I've got on my one that I've always had.
She just says 9. I don't know how do you get the...
It's a setting. I'm not sure how to turn it on. Trevi might. I've just got it set on that says 8.98 on my screen. Trevi might be able to see it on his screen as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it says 9 for me as well.
Oh, okay. I'll send a screenshot because I've got down to the decimal places and it says 8.98. It has to be 9.01, right? With further than 9 inches away and on the board. I'll send a screenshot so that way I can show you what I'm saying. Send it to both of you.
Yeah, it loses the Vect for sure. You also, so we also should mention as well that we are playing. Oh, that's oh yeah, okay. So yeah, according to Slim, it's the chat log is measuring the actual distance, and it is within 9 there. We are playing Purge the Foe, so that also gives up a kill to the Chaos Knights player as well. So it's kind of a draw on victory points, honestly. Yeah, I got you. It's the chat log. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it can't fit there. Right?
Yep, that's what it looks like.
Alright, I was worried that I didn't actually screen properly.
Yeah, so Slim has his chat log set to report measured distances. It is a little bit funky. I think when you're measuring, like, should always sort of, I think, give your opponent the benefit of the doubt when you're measuring those sort of distances, because TTS has the habit of rounding up to the nearest 1/10 of an inch. So if you're within like 8.99 inches, it will round up to 9, which can make it look like you're outside. But 9 could be anywhere from 8.9 to 9.09. So you have there's like a little bit of give and take. So in a situation like that where it is very impactful and it does literally come down to the millimeter, you should it is important to kind of couch yourself a little bit. So it looks like we're just going to be completing investigate signals. We could use the prognosticated arrival to get a unit in the center of the table to complete teleport homers. I'm going to see if we're going to do that. What I like here is that there is a little bit of line of sight maybe around the corner here if we get some of the War Dogs up. But it's important to note that these guys are going to hop out outside 9 inches of the War Dog. That means it's a 9-inch charge from where the War Dog is standing. If they go to make it quicker, this unit's going to Mist of Deimos away. So, despite the fact that this unit looks like it's very exposed, if any of these models move up to get line of sight to it for shooting, it's going to jump away. And if they move up to it to get an easier charge, it's going to jump away. So that Mist of Deimos is going to try to hopefully keep this Brotherhood Librarian unit alive. We're also going to be using that ability to perform actions and cast our psychic power with this guy down here. So he's going to be able to throw his smite down and then perform an investigate signal. So we should get 4 an investigate signal. It doesn't look like we're going to be getting support teleport Homer's turn. Unless we see the Paladin squad come in the middle, but I don't know about that. Or the Terminator squad, I should say. Been planning on jumping into World Eaters with the new box. Vanilla goes and wings Scally Cup with them. Yeah, that was nuts. That was unexpected. I don't know if we've seen like they really went from, oh, we are going to be dropping in the middle. Okay. Well, but fair enough, I guess. We do have a Brotherhood captain in this unit chat, so they are going to be getting a free stratagem. I believe he has a Rites of Battle style effect, so he can use True Silver Armor on those guys for free. Oh, just kidding. He doesn't. Nope. What am I talking about? I don't know who I'm thinking of there, chat. Oh, Grandmaster. I think the Grandmaster does that. This guy just gives himself a little bit of reroll wounds with psychic weapons. And gives the unit sustain. They do shoot pretty well, but again, if we're going to be doing teleport Hummers, we're not shooting with them, so they're just up in there, I guess. I guess kind of restricting movement for the carnivores. But the carnivores, I think, are just going to light these guys up. I don't know if they are going to survive too long standing in that area. But obviously, we can trigger a Mists of Deimos. One interesting thing that you want to do with these Grey Knight units is, in order to prevent your opponent from sort of moving, you can string your unit out as far as possible and restrict their movement in order for them not to trigger Mist of Deimos as much as possible. So you can kind of like lock them in their deployment zone. That said, Slim going first means that he's locked into 3 objectives on the table, which is very good for him. So we'll see if Headstrong is going to be trying to take advantage of that. Now, one thing to keep in mind as well is that we are on Purge the Foe. So kills and kill more are extremely valuable. If Headstrong puts they are in fact more valuable than teleport homers if he kills this carnivore, and there are a bunch of side cannons in this unit, so we may even see them push to a position where they could take some shots in the carnivore, assuming that these Terminator squads don't kill it, which I don't think that they're going to, because that carnivore being destroyed right now is worth 8 points, which is a big swing, because that'll be a kill and kill more for Headstrong. GK needs CP. Get the early discard, yeah. It's just unfortunate that they have to discard teleport homers, because that's usually a pretty good one for Grey Knights, right? Because they have so much flexibility with the Librarian units and the Calidus Assassin. It was just an unfortunate draw on turn 1, I think.
We go shooting, so I'll be doing investigate with these and these.
Yep.
He'll do his vortex ability into this dog.
First one goes off. That's exciting.
It's 5 mortal wounds.
Pretty solid.
Blammo!
Yep. Second Librarian, the red one, will do his.
Ooh, no failures. We're getting close, though. That's a bit of a failure, though. Leaves him on 5. Yeah, I don't think he's going to go down.
And then I guess we'll just shoot his squad into there, so his Purge Soul. It's
Matsamune, how's it going? Thanks for joining.
Flamer.
Unfortunately, the Brotherhood Librarian's actual gun is very bad. 1 shot, 3 damage.
2 AP.
Not that exciting on the spectrum of psychic weapons in 40k.
It's no cover on the Flamer.
Yeah, it's a flamethrower.
Oh, takes 1.
Damage.
This is an online league? It is. Yep, this is... so we run over in the Discord server. We run T5S2 pods. There are 4 wait lists right now for pods in different time zones, and we launch just about 1 a week from each wait list that has at least 16 players, and we'll put the top 16 in the wait list in, and you'll get to play it at a tournament. Yep. And they're totally free to join. If you are a patron of Tactical Tortoise, you get preferred access. You get added first. But we run those. They're just 4-round RTTs, essentially. We run those. One or two starting each week is generally the cadence. And then all of the top 16 at the end of the year, so in June, are going to get placed into a tournament to fight to the death for the final winner of the season.
I don't want to throw a grenade here before we start shooting.
Do they have grenades?
Oh, were you doing homers, by the way?
No, just investigate in the 2 corners. We'll just shoot. So I'll be.
Man, Brotherhood Terminators do have grenades,
15
chat.
from
That's
guys
nuts.
For the captain rerolls his own
I had no idea. That's super cool. A lot of mortal wounds out of this army.
So 2s, 6s explode.
Yes.
So these 2 will come out, 2 go in. 5s. 2 rerolls on the red.
Oof.
It's 5 AP1s.
Oh, these are the side cannons, are they?
Yep.
5. And these are 2 damage each?
Need a lesson on TTS? Exclamation point, how to play Matsumunde. We have a tutorial series on how to install and play Tabletop Simulator. Obviously, not an hands-on lesson, but it's pretty close.
Oh, good.
Okie dokie.
Good punch from the side cannons there. If only they were on a single War Dog, we would have killed it.
Roll a charge here.
Ooh, big niner. Nah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Trying to see if you
So the awkward part here is that we don't have a CP duplicator for these units, or a stratagem duplicator. And I don't believe that we can Mists of Deimos, duplicate Mists of Deimos anyway, because it's a strategic ploy. So only one of these units can actually get out of dodge in this case. So if, like we talked about before, this Brotherhood Terminator squad is basically out of line of sight of everybody, the War Dog Carnivores can come kill it, which would allow it to Mists away. But that means that this Paladin unit in the middle is just going to stand here and hang out for a bit and just eat all of the shooting. You do have the opportunity to Vect the +1 AP strat, but I don't know if we have the CP for True Silver Armor. Oh, we do. We will have a True Silver Armor, but I don't think we're... Oh, we CP rerolled into a success? Oh, spicy, chat. Here I go talking about command points and stuff. Meanwhile, Headstrong's just like, nah, dude, I'm getting into melee here, bro. And these Terminators, they're only strength 6, AP2, 2 damage, but let me tell you, that's only a 3-wound Carnivore. That should take it out, and that will score Headstrong 8 points. And that's a pretty big hit so far. Yeah, the video's a little bit old, but I think it's from 9th edition, but you should still, all the functionality is the same. Honestly, I have to remake that video series at some point and just bring it up to date with all the new functions for 10th edition. But the video is still good.
It's gonna be basically same profile, just Librarian hits on 2, so it'll be 24 attacks, 6s are lethals. The rest hit on 3s, he hits on 2s, and then people on 5s, AP2 damage too.
I think I just died to lethals to go for it.
Yeah, no sense in trying to keep ourselves alive with a spicy feel no pain here. We're just gonna get punched to death.
Red will be the Librarian.
You can also feel free to ask questions in the Discord chat. People are usually very very helpful if you're in the Tactical Tortoise Discord. And a lot of people stream their games into the Discord. So if you want to watch people play like from a first person's perspective, just hang out in there. And if people live stream their games, you're free to go in and watch.
And then we'll probably just fall back towards the objective.
So the question here is, what the, like, which of these units Headstrong is valuing more, right? Is he going to put his resources into the Paladins, or is he going to put them into the Terminators? Now, he's going to be discarding Teleport Homers, I imagine. Yep, there it goes. So he'll get a command point this turn, and he'll get one at the start of his opponent's turn. He is also going to be keeping his opponent down to only 4 primary this coming turn, and he's going to score 8 himself this turn. So Headstrong coming out to a huge victory point lead. Whether or not he's able to keep that is going to be the big question. But he will have the CP for a Mists of Deimos if it's triggered. And he will also have the command points for a True Silver Armor if he needs it. So, lot to spend on here. Storm Hostile Objective, capture enemy outpost. Storm Hostile Objective should be relatively easy for Zach. There's 2 objectives right here that have lots of Terminators on them, and that's pretty good. Now, I don't want to measure their movement right here, but I do wonder if this Carnivore has to advance to get to that objective. It probably doesn't. No, it definitely doesn't, actually. No. All right, fair enough. So it can walk up and touch the objective. If the Mist gets triggered there and these guys go back into Deep Strike, then the Carnivore doesn't need to charge to get onto the objective. No, they're 1 game per week, chat. So they will typically run for 1 month.
Enemy within 9. Go back into Deep Strike, or make up to a 6-inch move.
Yeah, we used to run what were called rapid fires, which were like a game every 2 days. Those were 1-a-week RTTs. They got a little bit tough for people to schedule around, especially if people are, they have different schedules, or they have different in different time zones and stuff. It got tough, but it is a lot of people will play on the weekends, and you're free to be in multiple events if you need it. So you can potentially be getting a lot of games per week if you're in multiple pods. I know there's some players in the server who are in like 8 or 9 events at a time, which is kind of insane, but they just love playing 40K. Just love it. And you're free to drop at any time too if you want to. We don't require that you play all your games. So you're free to hop in, play as long as you want, and then drop out if you aren't feeling it or you want to change your list and play a different event. All right, here comes the War Dog Carnivore. He's touching the objective, so he's going to be reclaiming it for Storm Hostile, assuming that these Grey Knights go away. And here's the Mist of Deimos. Bye! See you later, alligator. What a strong stratagem on that. For Grey Knights there. There it is. Just lets you hide from your opponent when they move nearby. They return back into their teleporters. So that means that the Paladins are just going to be chilling here and hanging out, but I guess Headstrong is he's hoping that he gets maybe some crackback damage out of him. We do have Sigil of Exigence on the Brother Captain, so this essentially means that the War Dogs will get very few, if any, ranged attacks this turn. Because if they shoot the Paladins are just going to leave. They're gonna Deep Strike themselves back into safety, and then potentially come back and just muck somebody up the coming turn. Which means he has to come in melee. And I don't know if he kills all of the Paladins in melee. That's a tough unit to kill in melee. You do have like AP3, so the True Silver Armor doesn't work so well. And you are wounding them on 3s, I guess, because they're -1 to be wounded. But if you get all 3 Carnivores in, it's only 18 attacks to kill 11 models. And you probably miss a couple. So at least a couple of the Paladins will survive, and probably the Brotherhood Captain. And then they can start Narthesioing themselves back. They have a banner, so they're OC2. They may be able to take the objective, depending on how many Carnivores live there. And the Brother Captain himself rerolls all his wound rolls with his Force Weapon. So he's actually kind of a force to be reckoned with. Armor of Contempt to the Paladin brick. Well, so yeah, I mean, I don't think the Armor of Contempt only matters if Headstrong elects not to use his Sigil of Exigence, but I have to imagine that this is the turn to do it, right? Because there are no other good targets. We might get a couple gunshots into the Terminators here, and that might be where Armor of Contempt goes, but otherwise there is very little shooting coming down at this army right now. Honestly, Headstrong's done an excellent job of mitigating the incoming damage, and we're just going to have to see how the melee goes. Also, can we talk about this matchup, chat? We got Grey Knights purging the demons from infested Chaos Knights in like the infested Hell World map. We're over here. Layout 4, entropy flows. Ah, the theme is real. Also, the TTS Grey Knights kit has lava bases in it, and we're playing on the lava map. It's like this matchup was meant to be. I love it. Matsumune, top Death Guard in your IRL conference? Yeah, highly recommend you come play. It's like insane. It's insane practice. I think you'll be shocked if you're used to playing like RTT level 40k. I mean, a lot of the strongest players in the world get like jam practice games in TTS, and so like the amount that you learn going through competitive TTS events is insane. So not monsters, not vehicles over here in the Paladin squad, so the Nurgling Swarm does affect them for -1 to hit. That is important. Brings them from hitting on 2s down to hitting on 3s. It's a big break point. Hey, Nurgle Matt gifting a sub to Matsumune. Thank you for the sub, Mr. Nurgle Matt. Appreciate you.
Cool.
Semi-pro Death Guard players. These Death Guard players got to stick together, you know what I'm saying? Are we going to Knights of Shade over here? Hold up. Are we considering an Ingress? Ingress in the back would be pretty dangerous.
5 is better than a 6. I think we'll just let go. You can just go shoot it.
You leaving it?
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Alrighty, let's do a little bit of shooting. So I'm just going to do this Brigand into your unit over here.
Yep.
So we'll start with the Chain Cannon.
Do we see an Armor of Contempt over here? No, doesn't look like it.
Start with Melter.
I guess the Brigands will not be triggering... Well, maybe they will. Not this one, anyway. No, I actually am not sure that they're going to be triggering their +1 AP here, because the Paladins are a closer eligible target, so they don't get their bonus effect. Which is kind of a big deal. Oh, look at that roll! What was that roll, chat? That was like 10 1s and 2s. Oh my god. All right, Paladins. Yeah, just to hang out, Terminators. It's fine. You're not going to take any damage. That was awful.
Whee! Nice. Then we'll do this Carnivore in there. Actually, no, we'll do this Brigand. 5 shots.
CSM is rough. Yeah, Caspi. I mean, there's a reason that they're hands down the second best army in the game, right? Behind Eldar. The synergies and stratagems in that faction are absolutely insane.
So then we'll just do some other Brigands.
A lot of armies just can't stop them. But I mean, fortunately, they are defeatable. They're pretty straightforward. They're kind of slow in some situations, outside like Chosen and Accursed Cultists. They definitely don't win every game, but they are extremely strong. If you try to play like a fair game against them, like oh, we'll go to the middle and we'll fight, they'll just beat you with math. Their damage numbers are higher than your damage numbers.
Shots.
Yeah, Dark Obscuration is a hell of a drug for sure. Absolutely insane.
Whee!
Put it on 2.
The last Brigand. 3 shots. 1. Cool. Carnivore in the middle.
So we've killed one Terminator who, assuming that this unit doesn't teleport assault, is just going to respawn this coming command phase. And then again, if any shots go into the Paladins, they'll just leave.
Up the back here.
Leave all these War Dog Carnivores with nothing to do, and they'll feel sad about themselves.
Oh, here. 3 wound. Nope. Alright. Next Carnivore. 7. And then we'll just do the Stalker. One wound. Nice. That was fun. I'm glad we went through that exercise again. So, let's do some charges. The more fun phase. I'm hoping my dice were warming up. So, let's do some charges. So, we're going to charge this boy first into your unit.
Yep.
Gets a 6.
Haven't played competitive 40k since 5th? Wow. Well, let me tell you, it is a trip. It's extremely fun. 10th edition, in my opinion, is like light years more fun than 5th edition, and much cleaner too. 5th edition had holes in it. It was the best 40k of like OG 40k, but it still had some awkward stuff in there. But 10th edition is such an experience in competitive events. It's so good. Oh, the 12-inch charge on a guy who's 2 inches away. Love that for you.
And then we're going to tank shock you.
Yep.
Nice tank shock.
Kills the
mortal.
guy.
Hoping for 3 more.
Kills the guy.
Okie dokie. Now, I think that's everything. So let's just go on to the fight phase. I'm going to spend 1 CP here for exploding 6s in combat with all of my War Dogs.
We can see it back.
So we'll start with...
Is that battle tactic?
It is... Oh, it is actually. It is.
I guess I'll just effect that.
Sweet. Cool. Alright, so let's start with War Dog. So we'll start with this one up here on the bottom side to you. So all will be Slaughter Claw attacks. So this will be, and these are -1 to wound, are they or not?
Yeah, -1 to wound to be stronger. So 2s and
2s
3s.
2 explosions.
Nergomat's on the Plague Marine train right now, Chad.
23.
I think he's in for like 7 units of Plague Marines, even though that's not legal. An illegal number of Plague Marines.
This guy, this guy.
Cool. We'll go with this guy now.
Is that the
Same thing.
Apothecary?
Yep.
Oh no.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is there an Apothecary in this unit? They get Apothecaries, right?
Oh. Horrible.
Maybe I'm crazy. Did I misspeak earlier?
It's not going...
Oh, they don't get Apothecaries? Ah, just kidding.
And then
Get
last
wrecked,
one.
Paladins. You suck. That's unfortunate.
All stays in. 4. Jesus, man. 4-ups have been
You
unbelievable.
would never, ever use the Carnivore Strike profile.
Which one was this one? Was this the 6-wing guy?
This is the last one.
There is never a... In this case, I think they're mathematically identical. The Chain Talon Strike and the Slaughter Claw Sweep are the same. I guess unless you punch the Brother Captain, and then the Slaughter Claw is better. But the reason that they have a Chain Talon is so that they get a Sweep profile. The Strike profile is worthless, though. On that model. They just wanted to be able to copy-paste the weapon so they didn't have weirdly, like, different Chain Talon profiles, but depending on which War Dog you had.
So he's close to here, so he'll touch you here. So it's
Was that all 6 of them, or all 3 of them attacking? Killed, what, 4 guys? 5 guys? That's pretty good. And these are OC2. I don't think we can get any more OC on the middle objective here, unfortunately. But that doesn't matter, actually. It doesn't make a difference, because Grey Knights are not going to be holding more in this mission, so it doesn't matter. But I think we're going to try to knock out the wounded War Dog.
So I got 3 into this one.
Yeah, you're not
Or
crazy.
guy
It's
there and then 2 here.
they were mathematically different in ninth edition, I think. I think one was higher AP, but one was higher
3
damage, so
into
you could
the
choose.
6
But
guy.
now it's just for the sweep profile, so they have an anti-infantry profile if they need it. That's why they have the chain talon.
This will be 12 attacks.
60 plague marines.
2's exploding.
Jesus Christ, that's so many. How many rhinos, Nergal? Are they in rhinos?
4 minus 2 damage.
And this is into the 6 range.
Yep.
Ooh, can we get them?
5,
That would be pretty big if we knocked out a carnivore here.
4. That's very down for 2.
It just straight up kills it. No saves made. Slim Hogan's dice have been horrible this game so far.
This will be the brother captain.
Oh my god. 2's to hit, 5's to wound, but he gets that psychic weapon reroll, puts 2 into the carnivore over here. And it takes everything. Oh no! Oh, chat! Not like this. Am I talking up how much the armor skew is good against Grey Knights, and then they just scythe through it with infinite ferocity over here?
See if I can roll a 5. Nope. Yeah.
What was that? Not a single save made for the Chaos Knights. They took another 10 damage from those 2 models? What? And that's a kill on the board for Grey Knights. They're already getting kill more because they haven't lost any units. I'm going to be honest, chat. I think Purge the Foe might... As weird as it sounds, with Grey Knights not being that good at killing models, they're so difficult to get to grips with themselves. I think Purge the Foe is may just be their best mission. Every time I've seen Grey Knights play on Purge the Foe, they dominate primary. They don't necessarily have to try to hold more than one objective. They just have to clear an objective and hold 2 of their own to deny hold more. So you're getting 4 primary a turn, and then they're so good at disappearing out of off the table that you never kill them, so you never get kill or killed more. And that's kind of what we're seeing happen right now. So now all the Terminators are going to come in. Looks like we're going to keep the squad down in the corner on the table. So in command phase, we can regenerate that one Terminator that died. And we potentially even have Drago who can pop in the Grey Knight deployment zone and use his 6-inch charge to clear out these 2 carnivores before they get to swing. Oh my god. And then if we see the triple dive from all of the Brotherhood Librarians onto this other carnivore, we could just knock that one out too. We did get Capture Enemy Outpost, but that is currently impossible. Unless we maybe get into the back here and get a big charge, but that looks a little bit tough to get down. But then Bring It Down also drawn, which I think, I mean, if the dice don't turn against the Grey Knights right now, we could see them score an 8 on that this turn, which is the maximum. This took a turn. Oh man. Now, to be fair, the remainder of the War Dogs are all Brigands. So they're ranged focused. They don't necessarily need to trigger Mists of Deimos to get their damage in, which is the big downside of the Carnivores. That's the reason that we could pull the Brotherhood Librarian squad off the table over here, because the only way that the Carnivores get to grips with you is in melee. They don't do anything at range besides shoot their crappy indirect fire gun. But the Brigands can stay at range, they can stay outside 9, and they can continuously put Melta shots into the Terminators and kill them. So the Brigands are probably the ones that you want in this matchup to fight the Grey Knights, but you would rather have not lost all your Carnivores for no value, basically. The new Terminator should be in range of 2. No, it's a 6 model unit, right? You only need to be use the 2x2 coherency for 7+, but it's 5 Terminators plus a Librarian. It's not a 10-man unit. Yeah, 6 started it in 9th edition. That's a 9th edition roll you're thinking of. Yeah, that's a weird one because they wanted to make it so that you didn't get. They wanted to make this exact situation work, where you don't get hosed on your coherency if you put a character into a 5 model unit, which is why it's 7+ now for the extended coherency rules. I have a whole video on coherency. You can go watch it. We talk all about that. ML Paladin. If Headstrong had your dice, he just barrels with all of his librarians. Yeah. I feel that pain so much. I don't know if there's a single dice roll that is more... Maybe like a gambit roll? But I've never made a gambit roll, so I don't even know how that feels. But like, I don't know if there's a single dice roll that's maybe more nerve-wracking. I think it's like Brotherhood Librarian Vortexes and like Celestine's Respawn. And maybe Gilliman's Respawn? Probably Gilliman's Respawn's the other one. That's like more has the greatest chance of giving you a heart attack when you're rolling it. Dude, this is I don't want to say that I mean, Headstrong I think is clearly ahead here. I don't want to say that he's like ahead enough to just, you know, straight up win the game or whatever. There's a lot of 40k to be played, but this has been kind of a clinic and some good dice rolls, to be fair. On how to play Grey Knights. This has been a very cerebral game from Headstrong. He's gotten a little lucky. Gotta watch those guys on the screening there. Yeah, we're a little close. This bouncy Terminators over here.
Alright, I am...
But as I was saying, chat, you know, I think Headstrong's decision making this game has been great. I think he's been rewarded a little bit. He probably, if we were to play this combat 10 more times, he probably loses more paladins and does less damage to the carnivores. Whether or not that's material to the game, we'll find out. We may just see the Terminator squad go in and blow those guys up, but we'll see. The bring it down pull this turn is great too. He has a bad secondary he can turn into command points, and he can score. He's probably likely to score the big 8 on bring it down, which is huge. Here comes the other librarian squad back in.
If you want, you can flick over the time to me for 5 or so minutes since I played on your time as well.
Okay. I'll just be like a few more minutes.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Wasn't saying anything other than just trying to offer some.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
All good.
Slim Hogan's such a sweetheart too, chat.
I want to rearrange this guy. Flamers.
Are we going to try to smite one of these carnivores out of melee? Oh, that is spice. I guess we can shoot into melee. They are vehicles, and this one is touching the terrain. So we could try to shoot one out and then see what we got. The big benefit of the Brotherhood Librarians is you have like a lot of control over when you trigger their ability.
Oh,
so you can.
My apologies. You need to take some battle shot on the purple because your place battle strength.
Oh yeah, we got to trigger the Chaos Knights army roll. They have to. You get to roll out your attacks and then see where the Brotherhood Librarians Vortex wants to go, because it's not locked to when they shoot. It is just simply any time in your shooting phase. So you can roll out all of your other weapons and see which war dogs are low, and then just fire into them with the vortexes. So it looks like the plan is actually going to be to try to shoot these 2 war dogs down. It's going to be a little tough to do that without the Psy Cannon team on the Paladins. That if you're able to kill them between the mortal wounds and the shooting, you can then charge the Paladins into the Nurglings and clear them, and then get the big charge with the Terminators into the Carnivore here and engage this Brigand in order to mitigate its shooting this coming turn. That would be a killer. If he killed 2 engaged war dogs in melee, that's an uphill battle for our Chaos Knight friends. Yeah, it seems like a long shot, chat. But I mean, realistically, like this one's at 6. You probably only need to do 1 or 2. We have Incinerators, which could be good for 1 or 2 damage, and we only have to do a couple damage to each of them to put them in range for vortexes to kill them. I feel like it's a pie in the sky, honestly. If all you do is damage both of them, one gets to swing and then the paladins kill them both. It's probably fine. Yeah, that might be backbreaking, honestly, if that happens. If you just clear the entire middle of the table out on the Doom drop turn.
Shooting phase.
But we'll see. It's up to the dice here.
This guy, he has nothing to do, so he'll go to this war dog.
Mm-hmm.
2 3s. 4.
Yep.
Alright, and now we're gonna start shooting into this guy. We'll do all of red squad first.
-1 hit, yeah?
Yep. Incinerator. It's 4.
Hey!
AP1 no cover.
It's a good start. Gets one in.
Takes 2.
Okay, and then
2. Incinerators are 1 damage.
Librarian, Purge Soul.
Right?
Hits.
Am I crazy, chat?
That was just 1 damage, by the way.
Oh,
for
he's
the
got it.
incinerator.
Yeah. All right.
It's
Oh,
already-
okay.
it's Cans 1.
Ah, I thought there were 2 for some reason. Thanks, man.
Yeah, psi cannons. Just thinking of the psi cannons.
Combi weapon. Nothing, and then Vulcans. Three, no repeat.
In the box, please. Takes 1.
Drago Squad will shoot there next.
Sure.
2 incinerators. 9. It's 4. And the 1 AP no cover.
AB1, no cover, you said?
Yep. Just
Just gonna make some saves.
And Dragos. Per scouring. I'll hit. 5's 1. AP2 no cover. 2 damage.
Number 3.
And then for bolt guns, Drago will have 2 shots. Heroes isn't. Oh, he's just out. He's in. So I've got 5 guys out, and then 2 incinerators, so that'll be 3 guys in.
Narcomat, I think it's demonstrably true that I'm crazy.
And then 2.
Who else would stream Warhammer 40k every day?
Drago's
That's
2.
a thing an insane person does. Whoa!
It's 4. No EP.
Cool. Okay.
The big storm bolter. Usalad.
Takes 2.
Whoa! Almost killed it!
Well, guess, Alright, Solo Librarian will just do his guns there first.
Oh my god, not with the storm
Crystal.
bolter, chat.
It's... Nope. And then combi weapon.
Max Cray.
Nothing. Alright, so
Whew.
he'll do his
That would have been so
ability.
insane.
Mm-hmm.
So you need
2d3.
ability on the carnivore.
Does it explode?
I feel like you just use it on the second carnivore first with the other librarian.
Will do his
Because then you can
ability
retarget into the other carnivore if you feel like these guys will need it, but we'll see. A carnivore on 1 is already
3 into
going to be
that.
enough. Alright, so the paladins should, unless I'm missing something, they should remain engaged. So they'll just hang out for a bit and punch that guy to death. I think the only other thing to do is shoot the green squad.
I mean, we said bolt guns. We'll just shoot the librarians thing.
The 10-man's with Strago, chat.
Put the time back to me. That was too much time.
There's 2 10-mans. The paladin 10-man is with the brother captain.
So Purge Soul,
Drago's with the 10 paladins. Or the 10 terminators, excuse me.
no wounds. That's all I really care about. Alright.
I think that's largely because they're higher OC.
Chargerinos.
The Terminators are at base OC 2, 3 with the banner. So they're better at stealing objectives away. So you want the larger charge in them.
D6 on
There is a solo librarian, yeah. There's this little guy.
Okay, you get 15.
He's by himself. That was the other one we rolled out individually with his psychic power. 15-inch charge on Drago. They could engage both of these. Assuming that Headstrong can block off the charge.
I guess it's Drago's unit, so
The charge positioning here, he could throw most of the attacks into the Brigand and try to kill both of them. That would be huge. 15-inch charge. That's nuts. That's insanity. Nice coherency. Keeps that guy out of one. So now all he has to do, so there's no more legal positions for models to engage the carnivore, to base the carnivore here. So these guys just have to go towards the enemy model. So they're just going to go towards the Brigand and then compile into melee with it. That charge roll was enormous. That was a big deal. Headstrong's getting pretty lucky here. The only way he could have been luckier is to, if he killed the carnivore in shooting. That would have been nuts. Leaving it on 3, though, is pretty close. Man. Grey Knights. What a force to be reckoned with. So we can probably get 5 guys fighting into the Brigand. I don't know if they kill it, but they do enough damage that it's relevant.
We'll just move over here. This guy in here. So we'll do 5 guys here, and then Drago plus do the 5 over there.
yeah, I'm just gonna spend a CP to get this guy here. So okay,
Feel no pain?
yeah, on the Brigand.
Drayla
good.
could solo one. It's true. Technically possible.
Drago.
He's got to get pretty lucky, but he could do it. The problem is that strength 8 on his sword. It's like really sad.
So just 2. Those go through, so it'll be 6 damage. AP4. The 20 guy, the 20 attacks into that one.
Why don't I just roll those 6 lethals? And...
Yep.
Oh look, he's dead. 2 explode.
Man, Slim's saves have been
Alright, the 20
unfortunate.
attacks into the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Just 2. Just 4 saves there.
All right, well that wasn't quite as devastating. Did make a
6
save
damage.
finally.
Oh, wait, does he? Is that one of them?
Yep.
Fails every field of pain though.
Yeah,
Just takes it.
yes.
All right, fair enough.
Ah,
Oof.
Alright, and then for consolidate, so touch.
Great turn from Headstrong. That was an excellent turn. So engaging the Brigand is still eligible to shoot here because it's engaged in melee. But if it elects to stay in melee, obviously it will probably get punched to death this coming turn from the Terminators, and nothing else can shoot that unit. So Slim has to decide whether or not he is going to stay in melee there and probably lose that Brigand and give the Terminators a springboard, or lose the shooting from that Brigand. So that big charge and that combat movement gave Headstrong 6 damage on a Brigand and probably prevented it from shooting this turn. That was huge.
Jeez.
Fill all the 2 and 4 up. Lands 0, 5 of Feel No Pains, died of bullet guns. Dude, I feel that so hard.
He gonna be able to get in.
We used to, back when I played Grey Knights in 8th edition, the joke was, like, Adeptus Mechanicus were really meta. And the joke was that they had all these huge guns, these big cannons, Belarus energy cannons, Ferromite cannons, like neutron lasers, all this stuff. It would do nothing. Just bounce off the invuln save or guys in cover. And then they would light up. Every single model in that army had like 16 stubber shots. And those things would just force so many saves, they would kill an entire Paladin squad. And it was funny that all the big heavy anti-tank guns could do nothing to like a 2+ save. But all the little guns, they just find a way. Life finds a way. Yeah, we sort of got it in a, we did sort of a roundabout way to get to the.
And on your squad, give me a 3.
Looks like we exploded the war dog.
How much was it?
Just pings a guy.
Yeah, it's just 1.
We kind of got a really good turn in a bit of a roundabout way. Because we got this brigand instead of these nurglings, essentially. The brigand's still alive, which is better than it just randomly dying, but it is pretty unfortunate for Slim here. And I'm having trouble seeing where Chaos Knights come back from those 2 turns. I think they just have to line up and have an excellent round of shooting. And this always feels like how it works out for Chaos Knights. There's always a turn when you just gotta get shot by 5 War Dog Brigands. And you just gotta buckle up, hope for the best, and hope that that your shooting goes well enough. And I think that's where we're at for Slim. And we've seen many War Dog lists where they have, they have the potential to get the game in hand. And unfortunately, just flub it at the last minute, just because they have a lot of dice, but very little dice fixing. So they're just hoping for the best on those War Dog shots. So I mean, if they can rip down a ton of paladins here, maybe they can kill the Brotherhood Librarian with a cheeky Melta shot. Like those would all be a big deal. That would be huge.
Okay.
So let's do some movement.
We also have the Changeling and the Nurglings in Strategic Reserve for Slim. Can't forget about them. Don't understand the 10th edition rule of using 1 melee weapon. It is weird. They would have to rebalance melee weapons, I think, to keep that in mind, right? Where like models with multiple melee weapons could probably like make attacks with all of them, but would have to do so in a different way. But I do think it is weird that they ranged weapons you can fire with everything, but melee weapons you're like restricted somehow.
Would you like to move away?
All right, we got Inky in the studio here. Cool. I'm gonna get her camera on over here. She's got the wireless mobile cam today, which is very fancy.
Remember, this is the unit. When you shoot it, it'll teleport away.
Yeah,
there she is. Imperiously looking over her domain. Where should we put her? Up here? We'll go below we'll go below the chat. Can I zoom it in? It's been a while since I've used my cool wireless webcams, chat. I have an app on my phone I can use to control them. Isn't that sweet? Hi, Inky.
I think that's about
So I recorded the last episode in the How to Play series today, and I did some demonstrations on the tabletop,
So
and
do you have the
Inky
option to move them away, or
really wanted to be in the video, so she...
When you declare them, I can decide if I want to jump away. It's an option.
I'm going to shoot this brigand at them. Would you like to move away?
So she's all over that video.
Over here. Just this brigand. These guys. There's a chance
Oh, sorry.
here.
Before you do that, sorry. This guy's falling back.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll be missing these guys.
Oh, man.
Actually, if I'm outside of 9.
That'd be tough. That's tough. I don't know if you've got the distance there, my dude. Yeah. It's just literally locked in by engagement ranges.
Just saying.
Yeah, I guess move him if you want.
Yeah, well, these guys all missed for a secret.
Goodbye. I must go. My planet needs me.
So, we're gonna shoot this guy down here. Would you like to move?
Grey Knights is just the trolliest faction, chat. Just like
So it's not
you sure
really
you want to move
nothing.
there? Are you sure? All right, I'm out. You can't shoot anything. Get wrecked.
1 wound. I'll CP reroll that.
Sounds good. One dies, probably.
D6+4.
Oh shit, sorry, I meant to rapid ingress these guys. Just mind if I do that real quick. Sorry, we ended up shooting so quick.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spend my other CP to rapid ingress these guys. Look over here. Okay, that'll be them. Sorry, keep going. You just kill one of these guys.
Oh, this is turn 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, so I need to bring my changeling in. You right if I just bring him in?
Yeah, drop him in.
I'll just bring him in. Back here. Cool. Okay. So I'll do this brigand shooting. Would you like to move them?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out.
Cool.
Right, so I'm done.
I'll shoot this stalker down there.
Yep.
So Melter. 1 hit. No win. Cool.
That's a cool interaction chat. I don't know if I'd entirely like realize that was possible. That we triggered a Mist of Deimos on Drago's squad and then immediately rapid ingressed it. So that's very cool. I did not know that was possible, but that is certain. As far as I can see, that's totally legal. That's super sick, actually. 1+8 is we play both Necrons. Main play partner plays Grey Knights and Thousand Suns. Argue that the other has the most annoying army to deal with. Don't I've got a wild Necron bias over here, so so I definitely think Necrons are way annoying to deal with. Grey Knights I think maybe and more annoying because of the maneuverability. Thousand Suns just can double move. They're not like chicanerous. So it looks like extend battle lines, area denial for Slim, which are both scored out. Moving over back to Headstrong's turn. Looks like this is going to be a quick game. Already over halfway done. And we're pretty early into it. Headstrong holding down his backline objective with the Eversor Assassin. Also grabs extend battle lines and cleanse. That should be fairly simple. Magnus. You kill Magnus, the game immediately ends. Nothing else in that faction does anything. Although we talked with Nico yesterday on stream, right? About his wild monster list. That list looks cool. Just a bunch of Mutalith Vortex beasts, as you do. Not even really that worried about Cabal points or other stuff. Well, I think that Drago squad may just straight up end the game over here. That move is nuts. Too few models for Thousand Suns to be fun. Yeah, I agree with that. They need their points changes reverted. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. I've talked about it. I've complained about it enough. Nico the bully.
Chain
Rude.
cannon. 3 hits. 1 wound, neg 2. Nice. Melter. Hey! Got a hit. Nope, doesn't win. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to spend CP because I've got CP. 1 wound.
He's good.
Good try. A valiant effort. So what do these paladins do? We might see them split and try to get the War Dog and the Nurglings. I don't know if they get both if they split. Well, Drago's got the swing on the War Dog, so he might do it. Goodbye, Inky.
Deep Strike phase. Countess.
Hi, kitty. But that means that they will almost certainly, if they get enough models over here, they'll almost certainly take that objective. They won't knock Slim down below a 4. So Slim will continue to score his 4 points a turn. You just press 1, my dude. But that means that Grey Knights can start to threaten hold more. And that is pretty dangerous. Just seeing Yankee wall crawl? No, she was just jumping down her tree, I think. Making you want to play? I mean, that's what these games are for, chat. So prognosticated arrival on these Terminators to add OC here.
Just measuring the models. Well, 3-incher here. Incinerator actually minus for the shooting. And Solo Boy.
The Librarian Triumvirate. The catalog of librarians descends upon the Brigand. Can we see the Vortex Wombo combo blow a War Dog up once per game? Once this game?
Alrighty, shooting phase will be cleansing with these, cleanse with my
Can we talk about how much Headstrong's lost this game? 6 Paladins.
This Librarian will use his ability
That's
as
nuts.
War Dog.
Can he use the ability if he's cleansing?
Yeah, it's not a shooting attack, it's just an ability.
Sure.
Indeed.
Using the ability doesn't make me eligible to shoot.
Yep.
Sure.
It's weird. It's weird like that. I believe they can even just cleanse and then do it. They don't, the order doesn't matter. Just triggers.
Alright, here's his ability. Oh, the big one.
Hey.
Yep.
Just 3.
That's on this Brigand on the point? Or
Yeah.
that one over there?
It's this one here.
What a roller coaster ride of emotions that was.
This Librarian will do it.
Hey, baby. Yeah, that is worth the womp womp chat for sure.
3 from him.
All right. Well, the dream is dead, I think, of killing a War Dog in one
Solo
shot with all
Librarian.
of the librarians.
Oh,
Oh,
another big
is
one.
it? No
Only
way.
More than 3. It's 4.
We rolled 2 6s to cast the spell, but they just did average damage. Well, fair enough.
Oh, man.
That's Incinerator.
Inky, tell me what you think about
2.
Headstrong's
1 AP, no cover.
Vortex of Doom targeting.
2, AP2, no cover.
You have any thoughts?
It's from the Incinerator from Sky.
Way, we make it!
No.
That's,
Okay.
Okay. Purge Soul here. Miss the Soul guy. Yeah. Doesn't wound. So I should have. I thought about doing it like I already placed on my ship. I should have like put these guys with an 8 so I could throw a grenade. Alright, I'm just gonna make the 9-inch charge though, so doesn't matter.
I believe you.
So I think, do I just shoot here? I mean, just shooting this and killing it in combat does basically the same. Well, I guess I want the distance. Let's be rolling charges. So we'll
Just do me a
go.
solid and roll like a fucking 4 or something on the dot. That'd be great.
Alright, well, here's the purple squad. We got 7.
Yeah. Not quite what I asked, but I appreciate you making the effort and not rolling a 12.
I tried.
Yeah.
I want to sound 6 of these guys if at all possible. I don't know if it actually is because I have to base you. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference, man. You only have to.
Trago. I think we just go for this water brigand.
Okie dokie.
3. That is actually a
Right.
fail. I need a 4.
Right.
Well, here's CP roll.
You did as I asked. So thank you. There we go.
8.
That's better. Lordy, lordy, lordy.
Oh lordy, he coming.
Oh, Lord. Time to Nemesis force all these Chaos Knights right off the board.
Yes. And then 9. One here, but closer.
Let me know if you can hear the players okay, by the way, chat. No, they're just kind of quiet people. So let me know if you need me to turn them up. Bump my input a little bit.
Something like this. And then we'll go for this 9.
Here it comes.
See, you just need to be lucky. You don't need to be good at 40k. You just roll good dice, dude.
Bro, your dice are hotter than this fucking game, Matt. Jesus fucking Christ.
They
dude.
have
Can I
they
borrow
have
a
been
feeling?
very good. It's true. I think it's a combination. Like Headstrong's been rolling pretty good. You know, he's got ups and downs. He's been doing well, but it's a combination of his charges have been great because he's made, I think, every charge out of Jeep Strike so far. Now, obviously, a couple of them he had bonuses on, like this one, Rapid Ingress, and moved. The other guys, the other time they charged was Drago doing stuff. But he's made like 2 just basically Raw Dog 9s out of Deep Strike, which is nuts. Dice hotter than the game, man. It's very evocative. I appreciate that.
-1. Wait.
Darkland's getting that work done, though.
Roll these. Just the 5. AP2 damage shoot.
Alrighty.
Why?
Does he explode?
There was a universe where he survived. Not that he would do much. Once the brigands are engaged, they're kind of not very good, honestly.
On base anything, so I literally.
They don't have any good melee attacks, and they have to fall back to let the other brigands shoot into melee with
over
them.
here. So 9 attacks on this 2-wound guy.
9 attacks. Nice.
9 wounds, sorry.
Cool. Bye-bye. Come on, you can pick up another dog. I believe in you.
I think Drago could do it.
I think you can.
He's a fucking Chad.
Let's go,
4 dogs in the
Drago!
turn's pretty good.
I'm not even Eldar like this is.
You don't need to be.
So you can't really move, but we have consistency here. So 3 here, and then these guys into the dog. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Cool.
5 guys.
Fuck it, I'll do a 6-up field opening. So
Sounds
why
good.
not?
Just 4 saves from the dudes.
Hey. Vibes.
It's 4
And then
damage.
Nice.
And there you go. 9 damage already.
He's dead.
Well, you have feeling pains, but
Nah, he's dead. Does he explode? Yes, he does. Go on. So just be
and it's got this little
on my
nerd blade.
big one.
I have to say, chat,
6-2.
I'm pretty sure
and your
8
dominating unit.
8 War Dogs for 6 Paladins is maybe one of the best trades that we've seen on stream recently. You know? That feels
Cool, man.
Yeah.
that feels
Sorry,
like
the
pretty,
dice
pretty
gods
strong.
have decided to forsake you.
Hey, man. That happens. Cool. Yeah. I'm not really too worried about you rolling these attacks into like here and stuff. I think that's GG, bro. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it there, gonna talk out. That's fair.
well played. I cannot do anything with 4 dogs and having killed what 6 Terminators?
We have sigiled, I guess, right? So you could maybe kill the Paladins, but
Yeah,
like,
like
does it
6
matter?
Paladins.
Like I might be able to get a kill next time, which is nice, I guess. But
Yeah, you can
like,
definitely kill my
I
Paladins.
think I probably max out my score at around low 50.
Well, chat, if anybody has any questions for the players, go ahead and throw them in there. That was
Alrighty, sounds.
a bit of a house. Oh my god. The
Apologies
1%
for the,
was
quick
right,
game,
chat.
but,
Oh no, it's so good. It's
That's a big
I can do my backsick up against
that's
the
a
wall.
big gamble win right there.
This is pretty bad.
Oh
And I
my
just don't
god.
do any damage. You just pop away.
I think it's I mean,
one kill.
honestly the War Dogs are like kind of unmaneuverable, right? So they don't have a way around the uppy downy effects. And I think Headstrong played it just right, like peeling away the front lines, not really giving his opponent anything to get to grips with. This Sigil of Exigence Paladin squad, it just seems like a nightmare. Like, I don't know how you deal with that guy.
oh yeah, I guess I'm a draw. So like 12.
So what do you get next turn? So like, let's just do
Yeah, I'll
this,
just
right?
talk
So
it out real quick.
moves up. I'm just gonna tank shock you on the charge. Look at that, she's dead. Cool.
Oh no, my
So I get my
Calibus.
kill. I get my hold one. There's 8 points there. I'm not gonna bother about my secondaries.
Yeah, Nergomet, I think it depends on. It might be the big knights. Like, I don't know if this army's that great
Aerial
against the big knights.
behind.
It could probably do a little bit
So
with the
you get
lethal hits on
both.
the Terminators and Mortal Wounds, but
So you'll be able to get 5
it's a lot of effort to kill them, and then you're like stuck in melee if you don't. It's kind of awkward. But the War Dogs, they're just have like just enough damage
Yeah,
inside the
just
Terminator units to kill War
Oh
Dogs
my,
pretty well.
you can come down and snipe the changeling with experience.
Yeah.
Because you can come down within 3. Do you just want to roll? See how many mortal wounds.
Could also
you do
kill
from
the
Librarian
Stalker.
quickly?
Sure. I guess I'd need like 2
I
to
guess you
kill
could
him.
just kill this. You could also just kill this.
Yeah,
Stalker
I could just kill the
as well.
Stalker as well.
Yeah, so that'll get done. So you'll get your 5 there, and then engage. You'll be able to get 5 as well. So you get a
Yeah. Get a Hundy.
perfect game. Nice.
There you go. Very nice. The clutch one,
Yeah,
Rampage,
good game.
yeah. I like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
GG's.
Good game, guys. That was pretty nuts.
Yeah, yeah. It was hey, shit happens, right?
I was to be honest, I wasn't even aware of the mists into rapid ingress like Wombo combo. That's very cool.
Yeah,
it was very nice.
I've been saving it, but now it's on stream, so now everyone's gonna know about the secret GK techs.
Oh no.
I'm trying to keep that win rate down until the next day slate.
Like, don't open any unexpected mail at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, how are you feeling about Grey Knights right now? I know the general community is kind of feeling down, but they definitely if you know all the tech, it definitely seems like they have a lot of play.
I genuinely think they are pretty good. They're good into the meta because Eldar, it's like a free win. Tau is actually a pretty easy matchup because you don't actually give up a lot of shooting, and they're mostly like T5 vehicles, and you can swing on them. But once you get tagging, and then they need to fall back to mists, and then
Right.
So Tau isn't too bad, and the Psycan squad kills 2 Tetras, so Tau isn't bad. Orcs is pretty good as well, so that's kind of like your three of the matchups. CSM is the only one that's like kind of dicey.
Right.
Like if a Forge Fiend ever shoots me, it's like, oh.
Yeah. +6 for blast. Let's go. Lethal and sustain.
Just as long as I avoid Forge Fiends, it's like not too bad. And it's kind of easy with the Paladins. Obviously, they get out of jail free, and then Termies, it's about kind of doing what I was doing, where it's like you make a big charge, you want to kill something and then touch something else, and then you can miss away when they fall back to actually shoot you.
Yep. Yeah, makes total sense.
So yeah, but that one's like a dicey one. The matchup I hate the most is like Unforgiven Task Force Space Marines. -1 damage in combat is just
sure,
biggest fucking cook ever. It's like, oh no, my army does nothing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I can't kill their Termies. Their Termies just like live forever, and I can't kill them. So.
Right, and they have 3 damage melee attacks too, so it's just like bonking you on the head. Yeah.
I mean, they're low AP, so it's all about.
You can true silver through it, right?
Yeah, but it's still like not great.
Right. Well, GG guys, I'll go ahead and get your scores in, so you should be all set. Thank you too for the game, Headstrong. Congratulations on taking it down, and thank you both for playing.
Take care. All the best for both of you.
Thanks, you too.
Cheers, guys. All right, chat. Jebs, thanks for hanging out with me, dude. Go and watch Aliens. I mean, that's always a solid game plan. Watching Aliens is always good. It was a pleasure to have you in the chat. I appreciate that. Let's go raiding real quick. Anybody on Warhammer today? Let's find out. All right. I've got some work to do, so this is good that we're hopping off. Absolutely insane game from Headstrong there. Obviously, his dice were good. Like, he didn't get screwed by his vortexes. He got good charges. That was all very, very, pretty lucky. But I think that even without that, like, you could add 2 more War Dogs into this game state, and I don't know if he would be in a significantly worse position. This Paladin squad just hopping in and out of the center of the table just seems like so unstoppable, to be honest. And that is very cool. Yeah, Inky agrees. Thank you for the input, kitty cat. All right, let's find somebody playing Warhammer. Everyone tags themselves in Warhammer, but they're always playing League of Legends. What's up with that? We've got an Astra Militarum versus Space Marines going on at the Gotsi channel. Also, Cruor99, who we just streamed with, is playing a game. Let's go give them a raid. I played against... Oh, no, I didn't play against them. They were in the team tournament. And so we're going to go watch his game. All right. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with me, chat. I don't believe I will be live tomorrow. If for some reason I have a bunch of extra time just waiting around, I will stream a game or something. But I think that it's likely I'm just going to be working on videos. I'm leaving for the Battle Brothers GT tomorrow night. So I will be traveling all day tomorrow and Friday. So I won't be live tomorrow or Friday. But if you are over on the YouTube, I will be live all weekend at Battle Brothers GT. I got a bunch of new equipment I'm super excited to try out. I'm going to try to dry run that tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, I think it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited to stream down there. A big thanks to the folks at Away Games for asking me to come down. But I'll be live over there. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And I will see you probably on Saturday. Cheers, everyone.